Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Steam Prison. Okay, so before we jump into it, because Finn showed up and he's all tragic and angsty, so, I was curious about Finn and everything, and, like, why they kind of took his route out. So I looked it up, and Finn didn't murder her parents, and I'm kind of disappointed, because that would have been great. From what I understand with Finn's route, there is in Steam, there is a guide for it, like his route, but it is literally like the person is translating like line for line through his route. And I kind of just wanted more of this is kind of what happens. So I did find kind of in the overview. So I'm going to spoil Finn's route for you, like now while we're here. I guess his perspective is in all the routes like this. So that answers that question that I had in the last part. So if anybody's left any feedback on the last part, you have not seen any of Steam Prison right now. I'm so far ahead in recording, and I'm trying to stay ahead while in quarantine and everything because there's going to come a point where, like always, oh, I'm okay, I've got a few, oh my god, now I can't record, and now we're going to be behind, and I'm struggling. So I am keeping the motherfucker ahead while I can be ahead. So none of this is even posted. I'm like 6 weeks fucking ahead. So just so you know, we're always ahead. I'm always at least 1 week ahead. I try to stay at least 2 weeks ahead in recording. So just in case you weren't aware, if you leave feedback on a video like this, I've already probably recorded a week or two, and I probably already know the answer to my questions. Sometimes I don't. I don't know. But so yeah, he didn't murder a parent, which just ruins it for me, because like I really liked that canon in my head. I was like, that's kind of awesome. In his route, he takes the fall for murdering our parents. And he's the prisoner, and we're the one that becomes the hound. Okay? And then I don't really know too much about what happens in his route, blah, blah, blah. Except for, obviously the little happy ending. They're ending up together and they get married or whatever. But I guess the only thing that really bugs me, and now this could just be because the person who was kind of leaving this maybe doesn't translate that well or what, but what it sounded like, we ask him, or something about a favor, or he asks for a favor. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, he kind of brings up wanting to sleep with her, and she's like, okay, like sleeping in the same bed, because she has no idea what sex is and doesn't even know where babies come from, thinks they're just given to you by the temple. And I really hope that's a fucking error in whoever was trying to read this and translate, because that is going to make me rage flip my computer. Holy fucking shit. I was with her this whole entire time, and her moments where you're like, well, that seems stupid. You can write it off as, well, it's not stupid for her to not know, like, kissing that much or anything, because in her world where she comes from, kissing is between married couples, so she wouldn't have kissed anyone or been expecting to kiss anyone until she was married. Like, married people kiss, like, whatever. And so now with Elcreed kind of teaching her and stuff, you can kind of understand that. You're not like, oh my god, why is she being so naive and fucking stupid? But I know I said this before. Your mother didn't sit you down and go like, okay, so like now that you're getting married, like, I understand you're not going to have sex ed like normal people do. Okay. But you are 18 and you're planning a wedding, and your fucking mother, who should understand 100 fucking %, is not going to sit you down and be like, all right, so here's the deal, sweetie. She's just going to be like, I'm just going to let you be surprised when he whips his dick out. But it sounds like Finn totally knows what sex is. So the men know what sex is, but women aren't allowed. Oh my fucking god. Fuck your society. Down with the heights. I don't know. Like, that's just so aggravating to me that the people writing this game thought that sounded cool. Like, not like she was, like, Elcreed's talking about sex and she'd be like, that's just for making babies. What? That I would 100% understand. I'd be like, huh. We'd laugh about it, but it would be like, it's understandable because in the heights, your marriages are arranged for you. Married people kiss, but you don't hold hands or link arms or like kiss people when you're not married. And like, sex would be 100% be for procreation. And like, I can understand that being taught to you, but that she has no fucking idea what it is and has no idea where fucking babies come from. I'm not gonna lie. I forget what your mother's stupid fucking name was. I remember her dad's name was Keith. But your mom, I think she deserved to kind of be offed because she's a failure as a fucking parent. She is a failure because I would think she would really fucking understand. And not only that, us has never seen a fucking pregnant woman before. Okay. Look, I know that that's just coming from somebody's explanation of kind of what was going on. But, oh my God. It's probably going to come up at some point where they're going to talk about sex and she's going to be like, what? And oh my God, I can't handle it if she's totally clueless and has no fucking actual idea where babies come from or anything like that. Like, that's going to literally, like, going to lose my fucking mind. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because that is the one part about this that will make me rage flip my computer is like, really? I can understand if she totally thought it was just for procreation purposes, but that she doesn't even know. She just thinks the temple hands out babies. Oh, God. All right. I thought we had a pro tag for a while here that was like not completely fucking stupid. Like, she's pretty cool. I mean, she has her dirt moments, but understandable. 100% understandable. And doesn't bother me. I feel bad for her, like, oh, God, oh, girl, oh. But this is just one of those, no, oh my God. I think I'd have pushed her mother off the heights. Because, no, she's a failure as a parent. That she didn't teach her daughter who was about to get married where babies fucking come from. Oh, sweet Jesus. But the men know. So, like, wow. I don't know why that angers me, but it does. Anyway, so Finn didn't murder her parents, and he's not angsty in his route, which is kind of what you expect from Finn when you start the game. You're like, oh, he's nice, he's sweet, he's the nice, sweet guy. Oh, that's cute. He's like a little butterball, right? And then all of a sudden now he's like a psychopath. So, like, I'm really curious as to, like, why in every other route he's kind of a psychopath, but in his own he's not? Maybe that's why they took it out, because it doesn't make sense. I don't know, but I like my theory that he murdered her parents to be with us. I don't know. Or, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to, like, oh, he's so nice and sweet in his route. His route's all sweet and fluff. It's all fluff. There's not a lot of plot, I guess. So his probably would have been one of the earlier routes. But, so he's all fluff and sweet and wonderful in his route, and then in every other route he's a little psycho like this? Because, I mean, you've seen his perspective. It's a little fucking crazy. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a spoiler, he didn't kill our parents, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little disappointed with that. I kind of wanted him to be a little psycho. But anyway, so, I don't know. We'll just enjoy the game for what it is and him being a little bit psycho and everybody else's route, I guess. So, I think he's going to stab Elcreed right about now, so we're going to find out. Finn, why are you here? Finn was walking towards us, sword in hand. No, I won't accept this. El drew a gun and aimed it at Finn. Stop it, Hound, and think about what you're doing. This will be ugly for us both. Shut up, I don't care. I know what I have to do. I have to kill you. See, I knew this was going to happen. I'm so excited for this. So wrong. Elcreed is going to die in a bad ending. I know it. Finn! Draw your sword. Oh, don't draw your sword. Don't provoke him. But he's your old partner. Can you really fight him? What are you two talking about? Having secrets? Why are you with that man? I've wanted you for so long. See, this kind of breaks my heart a little, because I told you he was been in love with us constantly. Maybe he's got our marriage revoked. Interesting. What if he got our marriage revoked so that he could marry us? Like, what if he made, like, a special, like, arrangement or something, like, and didn't tell us? You know what I mean? Like, oh God, that'd be so sad. I mean, I'm assuming that when they get married, they're living down here and not back in the Heights. But, like, What if he had, like, oh my god, okay, I'm sorry, but I kind of want that to be, like, the backstory, is he was, like, going to uni or whatever, and been like, could you please, like, revoke her marriage, because I want to marry her, and I'm totally, and he was like, yeah, I mean, sure, bro, what the hell? Oh, and then our parents ended up dead, and we had to do it. Oh, I mean, I don't know. That'd be kind of adorable, actually. Like, I'd have done anything for you, even get your marriage revoked to that weirdo so that you could marry me. Like, do you know how hard that was? It was hard. I had to kill your parents to do it. I just want to go with that. I just like him being a psychopath, and in his route, he's all nice. Again, he's only driven to a psychopath because we don't love him. But, damn. Anyway. What? Before I could even put my hand on the grip of my sword, Finn had slashed Elt's back. Elt! I'm okay. It's not bad. No! Look how much blood there is! Oh my god, don't you die on me, motherfucker! I'm not gonna be able to handle the bad ending when he dies. Finn! Why would you do this? Why? You ask why? I want to know that from you! Why did you betray me? I loved you. I always loved you. I wanted to be with you. And that's what kept me alive all this time. The whole time. But, Finn, you loved me? You didn't know. Of course you didn't. I didn't show it and you never tried to find out, because there's nothing good about me as a man. But I love you more than anyone. This also makes me sad that we don't get his route, because he's absolutely in love with her. And, like, he's a psycho in all the other routes, but you're like, but then you kind of want to redeem him a little and go down his route and be like, oh, okay, see, he's just so great when you actually get to be in love with him. But instead they're like, nah, let's make him Sashin. Except for, you like him a lot more. So, why did you betray my feelings with that man? Why? Poor you. He's tricking you. I'll kill him for you. Please move out of the way now. I don't want to injure you. Move, please. I can't do that, Finn. I'm Elcreed's bodyguard. If you're gonna hurt him, then I will fight you, Finn. I love this. We're gonna fight for Elcreed's honor. I love it so much. Spacey, but it's all right. He's important to me, yes. But I swore to protect you, and I will. Why? Why? I didn't want this. Why is this happening to me? Finn raised his sword first. I went into a firm stance, expecting a heavy blow from him. Sorry, accidentally unplugged my headset when I moved, so anyway. Our swords slammed together and my entire body shook. Was Finn always such a strong fighter? Finn had always been a large and strong man, but his blow was far more powerful than I had expected. Did he conceal it from me, or did he... Sorry, I realized that when I had to stop and, like, fix my recording that I was covering my guide, so that's... sorry. Our silver blades collided again and again in a flurry of sparks in front of my face. I'm a strong defender, but Elcreed was behind me. He was wounded. I couldn't drag the fight out. I don't want to attack, but I have to. I wove through his attacks and toward his flank. Naive. What? Finn smirked and kicked me in the stomach. I was looking at what you do every moment we were together. I know your fighting style better than anyone. But you don't seem to have looked at me. The depths change people. You're no longer the pure, untainted Spacey I knew. It's so sad. Finn raised his sword above my head. Then a shot rang out, hitting him in the shoulder. Curse the hounds and their tenacious bite. All you had to do was waddle back to the kennel. And now we get to find out what happens next. And that shot'll cause many of my subordinates to come. Very many. You can still escape. If you want to disappear, I'll let you. For her sake. You... Hurry. Nobody likes to be attacked, and frankly, I want to kill you right now. But I won't. Now leave. Finn shot a final glare at me before melting back into the darkness. When the sound of his footsteps had faded away, I leaned down to Elt. Elt! Good grief. Your partner is a piece of work. Finn's perspective. I ran single-mindedly and without respite. The gunshot wound in my shoulder hurt. My legs hurt from running for so long. My body was screaming. The one thing hurt more than anything else. My heart. My soul. And my field of view reeled and I couldn't run anymore. I steadied myself against a nearby wall. Tears I thought I'd never shed again ran down my cheeks. Couldn't stop crying. Finally, I found her again. But then it just... The bullet was still on my shoulder. He'd shot me. I wanted to hold you in my hands and touch you. But instead I had to use my sword. My hands were wet with the man's dark blood. I don't care who opposes me. I never wanted to hurt you. How did it happen? How had it happened? Why had it happened? Whose fault was it? How? I didn't know. Why? I didn't know. Whose fault was it? His fault. Elcreed Valentine. And you tricked my Spacey. Yes, that's the only explanation that makes sense. It has to be that. There's nothing else. He changed her. Is it gonna be like, for Elcreed to live, Finn has to die? Because that's gonna fucking suck, but... Bye, Finn! I love Elt, okay? I'm sorry. Nothing is gonna change that. Even if he kills Finn. It's simple then. I have to get her back. I'll kill him so he can never touch her again. Spacey, wait for me. I will save you. I will protect you. I was the home she was going to return to. I kind of really do want his route. Like, because, like, but I kind of like that he's a sociopath. He's fucking crazy. Finn Euclid, Spacey's old partner. It was a week since he'd attacked us. My wound, while nightlife threatening, hadn't healed. I was confined to my room and it was beginning to frustrate me. Elt, are you dead? Yes, I'm dead. Ugh, corpses talking. Creepy. It's good to see you're alright. Maybe I look alright, but it hurts quite a lot. And the bleeding still hasn't stopped either. Are you gonna be okay? More or less. I just have to drink enough. What really annoys me is that I can't leave the room. Otherwise, I'm fine. I see. Do you want my report now? Elric moved a chair over to the bed and sat down. I bet you've got bad news. I don't want to hear it, but fine. Go on. Just like you suspected, rumors are spreading that the hounds attacked you. And not just in Liberalitas, in all of the depths. And the problem is the area outside of Liberalitas. Misinformation is rife, and a lot of people are hearing that this happened by order of the Heights, or that the people of the Sanctuary District are planning to attack. Can we stop it? I don't think so. And they're not going to listen to me unless you recover and tell them the same things I have. This has given them the excuse they wanted to attack anyone from the Heights. The representative of Liberalitas, Elcreed Valentine, had been attacked. It was natural to retaliate against the Hounds. And since the Hounds were an organization from the Heights, they were going to round up all the others from the Heights as well. And that was what I suspected was going to happen, at least. Attacking them simply because they're from the Heights, even if they're just shopkeepers or something, is a bit much even for me. I see. It's sad, isn't it? Also, one of the Hounds was killed at the station on his way back from the observation mission. And the Hounds are claiming that someone from the depths must have done it. Observation mission. Oh, the wounded man Finn was carrying through the rain. Ulrich said that he'd been found at the station. Finn had told the other that he'd gone on ahead and never seen the attackers. They have no reason to blame us for the man's death. The situation between us is already tense, and this makes it even more explosive. Yeah, the best course of action would be to have you talk to both sides, but you have to rest first. I'm fine. I can work if I want to. No way. You're important. You guide people's lives. You're not expendable like I am. Stay here and focus on resting so your wounds can heal. Bye then. Okay. Thanks for the report. Focus on resting, he says, as if willpower would close my wounds. My entire life, I swept aside my hardships and forged a path to the future. If I wanted something, I got it and spared no effort to that end. And look at me now. Ridiculous. Whenever my momentum slowed, the weight I carried grew heavier and heavier, threatening to crush and bury me. And I wouldn't be alone in being crushed by it. Peace, my city, everything would suffer. I, Valentine, have to do something, but can't. I kind of feel so bad for him. Stupid fucking Finn. Stupid fucking Finn! But, like, also, Finn being crazy is great. It's been a week since that night. For the first time in a while, I left my room. Elt was still too injured to leave his. What the fuck is that noise? If only I hadn't taken his offer. He was injured because he tried to be considerate of me and my former partner. I should have drawn my sword before Finn, but Finn was so strong. I trained with him for a long time. I knew how he fought. But in that street, what happened in the time we were apart? And besides, I never knew he loved me. He was my old partner. He was like family to me, but my feelings for him aren't romantic at all. Before I could lose myself in these thoughts, I shook my head. It doesn't matter who I'm facing. Losing isn't an option. But I was so powerless. What kind of bodyguard was I if I allowed my employer to be attacked? I had to protect him, I told myself. I wasn't simply there as decoration. But why am I here if I can't help him when it counts? Ulrich, how's Elt? The same as always. So not great. I see. By the way, you refer to him differently now. I don't think I misheard. You called him Elt. Oh, he told me to call him that. Shouldn't I? If he wants you to, why not? There are tons of people who call him Elt. I was just a bit surprised. Didn't think our stiff little knight would call anyone by a nickname. Ulrich walked past me and headed towards the table of breakfast food. What am I gonna eat today? Some of the bell pepper. And this and this. And this! Oh, and this! Ulrich mumbled as he pushed more and more food onto his small plate. Elt always ate a lot as well, but you can eat a lot. Of course, I'm a human being and I gotta eat if I don't want to die. Since I run around a lot, I have to eat a lot. Don't tell me I'm eating too much. I'm still growing, you know. One day I'll be taller than Elkreed. Just you watch. I didn't say anything. Oh, sorry. Elt always tries to wind me up, so I just... We might never get to joke with goofball Elt again, so it just kind of hurts. Ulrich looked uncomfortable as he sat down on the sofa to eat his bread. You gotta eat too. Can't change what happened. Only an idiot would let a pointless feeling of guilt ruin their appetite. Thank you. You can be nice. Oh, you can be nice too. You idiot. I'm not being nice. It just, hate seeing people turn down good food. Yeah, you got that? Besides, telling other people to stop with this or that is easy if you're blind to your own faults. Ulrich? Never mind. Forget about it. You've got nothing to do, right? Why don't you just try and go talk to him already? There isn't a no visitors sign on the door. But it's Finn's fault he's injured. And the reason Finn was there is me. Sure. But you can't change what happened, can you? Feeling guilty isn't going to help anybody. If you want to do something, look to the future. El is strong, but also weak sometimes. He's friendly with a lot of people, but has few close friends. He's alone. The people can support him with everything the people who can support him with everything have to do it. So please, go and talk to him. Ulrich. Okay, I'll do it now. A good deed. Ulrich. Oh, Ulrich, is there something else? No, it's me. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd like to offer you tea now that you're here, but... and this must look so lame to you. You shouldn't worry about it. Stay as you are. I sat down in a chair next to his bed and looked at him. Your wounds aren't really healing, he said. Yes, I was confident it would heal because the cut didn't go bone deep, but this is more difficult than I thought. I see. I already knew that. Hearing it from him is so much harder. I couldn't look away, though. I had to face my mistakes. Would you let me see your wounds? Yes, of course. As long as you wish. He's like, you want to see my naked back? I mean, he is the one that came up like, looking is free. And walked away from us when we first met him, so I don't think can I see you naked? Of course. He smiled and began to take off his shirt. I didn't expect that this would be the time I'd first undress for you. It makes me blush. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Used to it? Yes, all the other officers were men. Many didn't use the changing rooms after training, simply taking off their shirts in front of me. It startled me the first time, but I became used to it. I see. And that's a bit sad. Just kidding. There you go. He removed his shirt and the bandages and turned his back towards me. Thank you. This is the mark of my failure to protect him. A broad fissure ran down from just below his shoulder blade. The wound was swollen. Blood and lymph seeped out of the stitches. Ugh, oh god, I'm gonna gag. It's so deep. It's a miracle it didn't cut to the bone. You can't make this kind of wound with a sword. What happened here? I tried to get a better look at the wound and put a hand on his waist. Elkcreed let out a surprised groan. Oh. I'm sorry. That must have hurt. Oh no. I just wasn't expecting your touch. And you're so close, and yet I don't know what you'll do to me. It's kind of interesting. There was no way it didn't hurt, but he did his best to be upbeat. It was painful for me to see him try so hard for my sake. I can't get gloomy now. He doesn't want that. Thank you for showing me. I'll put new bandages on. You're very good at that. Did you learn it as an officer? Yes, and from my wet nurse. I was a bit of a tomboy when I was small. She'd treat whatever simple injuries I had. Oh, I see. Only when you were small, then. Yes. There, all done. The way it looked, it'll take a while longer until it heals. Yes. There's so much I have to do, but all I can actually do is wait here for my wounds to heal. It's ridiculous. Letting your body heal is important. The people need you to be healthy. Yes, you're right. If I'm not healthy, the people suffer the most. I am the one who didn't understand the situation, perhaps. Not Finn. Elle. We're supposed to say, don't rush it. Okay. Don't rush it. You... No, I need to rush it. Well, we don't have time to do it slowly. I'm the head of a bank and a family. I'm the leader of Liberalitas. I need to be their idol. And there are countless outside this mansion who suffer. Why did I forget who I was so badly? Ulrich told me to stay inside because the people would attack somebody from the heights. I haven't gone to see for myself. I didn't know how to respond to Elt's muttering. I'm frustrated and I don't want to lash out at you. Would you please leave? He looked at me kindly and his tone was warm. Still, I felt rejected. I suppose I shouldn't stay in here. I understand. I took his hand and put it on my cheek. I wonder if the weight you're carrying really needs to be carried alone, Elt. I don't know what exactly you're burdened with, but if there's anything I can do to help, please tell me. If the weight's too heavy, I want to help carry it. I'll see you later, Elt. Take care. Thank you. I'm glad I could see you. The wound seemed almost poisoned. A sword blade didn't cause that kind of injury. Poison. Swords. Poison. Haven't I seen wounds like that before? Yes. As a police officer. Oh my god! Are you gonna be like, on my parents' bodies? So now you're trying to make me think Finn killed your parents, but in his route you were did you not find out who murdered your parents? And maybe Finn really did murder your parents? Girl, I so fucking whole. Look, I don't think that that's really what happened because in his route it's so fluffy. But if his route is really fluffy and there's not a lot of plot to it, and it's one of the earlier routes, you could theoretically not find out. Because I have a feeling even in Elts, you're not gonna find out who killed your parents. It's not really gonna be until the end that you're gonna find out who killed your parents and why and all that shit. You know what I mean? Because, like, this is one of those, these first couple of routes, you get maybe a little bit, and then there's a little bit more. You know what I mean? It builds as you go. So if Finn's route was one of the earlier ones, it would make sense that you wouldn't know. You'd fall in love with him, you get married, and you never find out who killed your parents, but then in later routes you find out it really was Finn. Dear God, I know it's probably not the case, but I'm really crossing my fingers that that's it, because that would just be... I still want that. I'm still on the, like, Finn killed our parents ship, okay? Like, I don't want to swing to the other boat until I'm proven wrong. I just want to go with this theory until it's like, damn it! And then we'll get to that point and I'll be like, I knew probably deep down inside it wasn't the truth, but I really wanted to believe. I want to believe, okay? Fucking Mulder right now, I want to believe and Finn is my alien, okay? I want to fucking believe that he killed my parents. Some officers in the Heights who weren't confident in their sword skills would coat their blades in poison. Oh, man. It made it easier to capture criminals alive. I never did it, but I think Finn may have. Since it wasn't an official policy, everyone made their own concoctions. I knew why Elt's wound wasn't healing properly. Back then, the ones who poisoned their swords also made antidotes. It wasn't a certainty, but Finn might have an antidote. I should sneak out and talk to Finn. I wasn't too enthralled by the idea of working alone under the circumstances. Ulrich's job was intel. Perhaps it'd be a good idea to talk to him, I thought. Okay, hold on. This is where we do our save 3. Where do I went to here. That's our save 3. And we are supposed to ask Ulrich. Because... Oh, I wonder, though. Hold on a second. I think right now you could get an... I don't think it matters. I think if we choose Find Finn Yourself, we get probably a bad ending. But we'll get an ending. I'm not going to do that. We're going to ask Ulrich. We're going to continue and get the probably best ending, and then we'll do all the bad endings. So we'll come back for that one, but interesting. That even if you got all the right answers and you clicked Find Finn Yourself, bad ending, bitch. Woo! Anyway. No, this isn't a good idea. I can't trust Finn anymore. I remember how he'd behaved. He wasn't the same sort of person as before. Besides, he was the one who'd injured Elt in the first place. It was incredibly unlikely that he'd be willing to help me. Therefore... poisoned sword. Yes, Elt was probably poisoned with something only officers from the Heights use. And that's why the doctors here can't treat him properly. He might never get better. I see. So that means you can make the antidote? No, sorry. What? You said the police officers in the Heights use these poisons. What are you talking about? Everyone makes their poisons differently. The only one who can make the antidote is probably Finn. And the point is that since that guy Finn is part of the Hounds, he won't help us. So that's what this is about then? Wow. Anyway. I was wondering whether you had an idea. An idea? This is pretty sudden. Are you going to treat me like a jack of all trades just like Elt does? Alright, let me think. At least this gives me more information. Maybe we can figure out a way to treat Elt with this. Really? Yeah, if the police police in the Heights make these poisons. They probably use easily obtainable ingredients. I'll do some research with what sort of stuff people have up there and hit up an expert on poisons. And that's a pretty vague plan. Shut up. Your job in this is to wait and see, so don't be the one grumbling, you little idiot. Anyway, I'll get to it right now. Don't leave the mansion. Okay. I mean it. Don't run off on your own. Stay here. I won't. Are you my father? Well, you've got some dumb idiot. What the hell? Oh, God. You! Why are you here? Sashin. Wow. So many from the Hounds. Brought half your entire troop, huh? You there, little rat. We'll take her with us. Don't call me that. She's not mine to hand over. I'm not her employer. Employer? Yes, she's Elcrede Valentine's bodyguard. And I did a shit job. He's trusting this kid with his life. Man is such a fool. No, he's smart and sexy, and you shut the fuck up, asshole! I'm not kidding. There's a part of me that kind of wants a row with him, just because he's such a fucking asshole, and I hate him so much that I just want to see how that would play out. Would it be that route? They'd be like, why? Why are we doing this route? Fuck this route. Or it'd be like, oh yes, slam me against a wall harder, daddy. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. Like I hate him, but I kind of love him at the same time. So that's so fucking weird. Why are you here, Sashin? Someone from the depths killed one of ours. I want to talk to Valentine. You need all these men to talk. That's so cute, man. You're the fool here, I'd say. Pfft, as if. The Hounds demand to have Elcrede Valentine. If you resist, we'll slaughter everything in sight. Do as we say. What are you talking about? Someone from the Hounds who injured El, and you're the reason Liberalitas is seeing all this chaos. If you take him with you, it's only going to make it worse, idiot. I don't care. All that matters is that someone is held accountable for the death of our own. We won't kill him if you bow deep enough. What? You want to take me on, little rat? Do you think you can hurt me, weakling? Stand back, Ulrich. I'll take this. Hey! Sashin Brandenburg, I request a duel. Uh-huh. Your demands? That you sheath all your weapons and you don't provoke the people and leave the district immediately. You? Taking Elcrede Valentine with us. And you? As for you, you probably won't survive the duel. I might well kill you. Oh, I don't think you want to kill me before you do some other horrible shit to me and then kill me. I'm just saying. He's gonna torture our ass first. Sashin attacked first. We didn't even agree to the duel, you son of a bitch! His first strike was hard and fast. A furious attack like a lion's charge. He told me I should capture you alive if possible, but that he would accept a fresh corpse as well. I'll tell him you resisted and I had to kill you. What? Who does he take orders from? I have to think about it later. That's interesting because Sashin was the one who... Why would Finn be in charge of Sashin? That's interesting. I had to concentrate on controlling the Hound I was fighting. So it makes you think, okay, there's something going on. There's a reason why our parents died, blah, blah, blah. And whoever is like the ringleader of all of it right up here, the person who killed our parents, boop, is also controlling Sashin. And that's what, you know what I mean? And we're not going to find out until probably the end. We're not going to find out in this route. But it's one of those little things they slip in for you to go, what? And I mean, it made me go, what? Anyway, I had to concentrate on controlling the Hound I was fighting. Ha! You really think that's enough to beat me? Ludicrous. Sashin blocked my blow and immediately counterattacked. Got you. I ducked under his sweep and struck upwards at his face. What? Sashin attempted to dodge my sword immediately, but it was too late. I grazed his cheek with the point of my sword. Blood began to trickle down his pale skin. You bitch! I'll kill you! I bruised your pretty face. He's not as pretty as Elcreed's, but I mean, like, Sasha's not hard on the eyes. He's a raging fucking douche canoe, but he's still not hard on the eyes. He buried me in a flurry of attacks. Any one of them would have rent my flesh and splintered my bones. Stay calm. I have to fight the way I'm used to. No, you have to fight dirty. You are fighting for your man and your... Look, all your rage. Your parents are dead. Finn tried to kill the man you love. He's slowly dying. And Sasha is a fucking douche. Spacey, get pissed. She-Hulk! My style of fighting was protection. I read his movements, waiting for my opportunity to strike. There it is. I mean, she's gonna win, so... Sasha's left arm was outstretched. Blood dripped to the ground from a tear in the cloth. I mean, he's holding his sword with his left hand, so maybe he's lefty. I closed the distance between us and leveled my sword at his throat. His face contorted in pain. 5 centimeters. That's how far I'd have to move my sword to take your life. I win. Yield, Sashan. Like hell I'll do that. Sashan's fist closed tight around my sword blade. Blood appeared immediately, running down his hand and arm. What are you? Nobody decides whether I live or die, including you. He can't. He was about to stab his own throat with my sword when... a gunshot stopped both of us in our tracks. This happened the last time, and I'm pretty sure it's Elcreed again. Look at... He's injured, and he's hurt, and he's down here just like... Sup, bitches? I'm gonna die after this. I'm, like, literally bleeding to death, but, like, have fun. Brandenburg, would you please stop fighting inside my home? I can't sleep. Help! His bearing was dignified and graceful as always. The smile he gave Sasha was the same as any other. He took the time to get dressed. I mean, I know that's what they showed his sprite in his room, but you know damn well if he was, like, bedridden, he wouldn't be fully dressed. But he's like, gotta look suave and shit. When I go out there, slowly bleeding to death. I heard you were recuperating. Sadly, you've been lied to. It happens to the best of us. Also, Liberalitas and the Valentines have occupied the Sanctuary District. What? Oh, are you unfamiliar with that use of the term? Or usage of the term? A synonymous. Oh, synonyms would be conquered, annexed, captured, invaded. I sincerely hope this makes the matter a little clearer to you. You see, I expected you to come here with your friends sooner or later, so I stationed operatives inside the Sanctuary District. It saddens me that this has allowed public order to decline in Liberalitas. I expect the people will forgive me since it allowed this trap to be such a resounding success. Don't be absurd. I left Inez behind. Ah, so that's why he isn't here with you. But that's hardly an impediment. Inez is a man of relatively good sense. He's doubtlessly made the decision that's best for everyone. Elt snapped his fingers. Upon his signal, his men surrounded the hounds. I mean, Jesus Christ, Sasha. I know it's because Elt is a fucking eccentric weirdo and a little bit of a whore, and he's kind of like jovial and fun that you thought you could get away with it, but he's fucking smart. Like, the man's a genius, and he's really good at his job, which is running this shit. So, like, I mean, outstanding move. I love him so fucking much. He's, like, so good at strategy. He's so fucking smart. He's, like, a little bit of a slut. He's got glasses. And he's fucking weird. He's pretty fucking eccentric and weird, and I love him. I love him so fucking much. I know I've said that a million times, but I can't love him anymore. Every single time he shows up, it's just like, I love you a little more every day. I estimated that the two sides had about equal numbers, but Elt's men all carried guns. The hounds didn't have the slightest chance of victory. And the chaos and confusion in the city is one thing, but surely you can't fight these odds. I will say it again. To Sasha and Brandenburg and all those affiliated with the hounds, Liberalitas has captured the district under your supervision. You'll now be placed under arrest. You fool! We're a part of the temple! You'll be in a lot of trouble once the Heights hears of this. I've anticipated that. My man will lead you to your new accommodations now. This doesn't sit well with me. That's a pity. I rather liked you, Brandenburg. I know how much you suffered when you had to move your hounds' facilities. Also, I couldn't be like you, always following my own instincts without reflecting on the path. I don't wish to be like you, but I'm envious of it in a way. The hounds were corralled and marched away from the mansion. Is Finn among them? If Finn had been among the group, we might have been able to get the antidote from him. I looked back and forth among the hounds, but... No, he wouldn't be there. You think Finn was among those guys we marched off? He could cure that wound, you know. Ulrich was muttering after the hounds were gone. You look pretty healthy. Shouldn't have worried so much about your condition. Well, I'm very glad you were worried. You really do love me. The hell? You pay for my food, right? I don't want to pay for it myself. I'm not worried for you, okay? I'm not. Did Elt's wound really heal? I somehow doubted that. Ever since he had come out of his room, he had looked his usual self. There was nothing odd about him. His smile and behavior were so normal, I would have forgiven myself for thinking he was healed. Oh, dear God. Perhaps he really has recovered. No. Nope. I observed their exchange. If only you didn't try to put on an act all the time, Ulrich. What? Okay, enough joking around. Let's go back into the building. Okay. It's been a while since I've seen him walk. It's literally been... Well, it's been a while since you've seen him, but she's like, I wonder if his wound's really healed. You saw it like an hour ago. What is it? Oh, nothing. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. His movements look awkward, because he's not healed. The man in front of me was clearly out. I was sure of that. What's wrong? I walked back towards the mansion with the other two, feeling vaguely like something wasn't quite right. Oh, God. El. Oh, El, you must be hungry. You gotta make food. He's barely recovered, Ulrich. Don't make him cook. El? I knew it. El had collapsed on the floor. We rushed over. Are you okay? I wanted to make it back to my room at least, but no such luck. He laughed in a hoarse voice. It pained me how forced his smile was and how serious his injuries were. You're so stupid. So stupid. It was my mistake for thinking you were fine. Hey, at least I'm not dead yet. Don't worry about it. No, we have to worry. Ulrich, help me carry him to his room. Okay, sure. I know he's not gonna die, but I'm like, he's so gonna die on us. In one of his endings, I know it. We carried Elt back to his bed, then Ulrich left the room. I was alone with Elt. I didn't know what to say. He smiled at me. We have one more choice before our ending, I'm just saying. You really are most beautiful when you fight. You fought Brandenburg. I saw you. It moved me. That was what I always admired in you. But for me, knights are who I want to be and who I need to be. A very special kind of people. If you admire knights, why did you disrupt us? A duel isn't supposed to be disturbed by anyone. I can't justify his attempt at suicide, but it was his right to choose death. But you... Yes, I ruined your duel. I wanted to respect your wishes, but I couldn't. I had to do that as the representative of Liberalitas. As its representative? Yes, the tension has escalated in the depths now. If the commander of the hounds had died, the chaos would have become even more severe. 2 years ago, this area was called Varader, whatever. The ruler back then tricked the hounds, and their commander lost their life. I used my private army to abolish Varader and establish Liberalitas. The hounds considered it a kind of justice. But the loss of the previous commander still lingers. The scars still haven't healed, visible in the sanctuary district and burning in the hearts of the people there. We need to let Sasha and Brandenburg live if we don't want a repeat of that. He's like, I like my life here. I don't want to be taken down because you killed him, bitch. Girl, Jesus, Simma. That's why I had to stop your duel. I know I did something inexcusable, but no matter how inappropriate it was, I don't regret it. You don't have to agree with my reason. You can rightfully be upset about it. Perhaps that's insulted your pride. You may despise me for it. The words were pouring out of Elt. I could only guess, but I felt that life must have offered particularly difficult struggles for him and the others over those years. I couldn't bring myself to criticize him for interrupting my duel, so I simply shook my head. Probably not going to get our ending in this part, I'm just saying. You need to rest now. You did well, El. The representative of Liberalitas. But that wasn't the only side to him. He was multifaceted. I was merely a bodyguard. His position was more complicated. I just hope he doesn't sacrifice too much of himself. Time passed slowly but steadily. Even after sunset, Elkreed remained in his room. I'm the only one here now. At some point, Ulrich had left and hadn't yet returned. Makes me feel a little sad to be alone now. Okay, here we are. This is the place. Oh, he's back. And he wasn't alone. A man with black hair followed Ulrich into the building. It's Adage. Look at the size of this place. Are you sure you need me? I don't know a voice for him, so we'll figure it out. Ulrich, who's that with you? This is Adage. He has a hospital in the Sanctuary District. A doctor from the Heights. A hospital? It's not a hospital. It's just a small clinic. It'd be a crime to call it a hospital. What? That's just some stupid rules from the Heights. And you're surrounded by criminals over there anyway. Why the fuss? Well, it's not like it matters. This way, you should come with us too. Okay. You could really be less rude. You could really be less rude. We could give him a fancy pants accent that makes him sound like a fancy old lady. You know, I wouldn't call it a hospital. You could be less rude. Oh, dear God. These wounds are dreadful. If he was an old lady, that would work, but it's not going to work. Hell, you up. If you're sleeping, wake up. Why the crowd? I prefer my visitors one at a time. I'm not here to visit you. I'm here to treat you. I know you're from the Sanctuary District, but I don't know your name. His name is Adage. It seems he's a doctor and has a hospital. Like I said, it's not a hospital. Whatever. Show me the wound. He's a little bit like Ulrich, but like, whatever. It's like, whatever. Is that really a way to treat a bedridden patient? I'd be rather humiliated to show my bare skin to a rascal like you. Oh well, here you go. Elkreed took off his shirt and Adage removed the bandages, unasked, with practiced movements. Uh-oh. Can you heal him? I can't tell you that from glancing at it for 2 seconds. Oh, okay, well. I can't tell you that from glancing at it for 2 seconds, but luckily I've seen symptoms like these before. Really? Yeah, 2 drunk police officers got into a fight and I was in charge of treating them. If it's really the same poison, then I can treat it with the medicine I have here. I see. That's good. Don't celebrate. He hasn't recovered yet. I hate getting people's hopes up if the patient hasn't pulled through. You're a pretty frank fellow. Says you, Ulrich. If you can't treat me, how long will I need... If you can treat me, how long will I need to recover? A week of rest would be best. He looks really fucking pretty with his head tilted like that. Like, cause I'm like, you've got like the seafoamy chunks in his hair. It was supposed to be like the light, but it's like, all of a sudden he's just tilting. You're like, oh, I could dig you if you stood like that all the time. He's nothing compared to Elkreed. I love fucking Elkreed. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, that's not a bad sprite. That's too much. I can spare half a day. No way. Too short. If you really want to run around, don't blame me if something goes wrong. I'll make the dose larger, though. Thank you very much. El, don't strain yourself. Of course, I know. I hope he really does. Adage must have been thinking the same because he sighed and shrugged. And the more you exert yourself, the longer the recovery will take. Pay attention to how you feel. We'll have to get a better voice for it. I'm not really 100% sure. He's got a bit of like an attitude, so I kind of feel like that works. But like, it's a little bit more like Inez's voice too. Like, I don't know. Anyway, the next morning, it looked like Adage's medicine was working. The swelling and irritation had receded. Ignoring the doctor's advice, to rest for a week, Elcreed marched out of the mansion. Are you sure about this? Yes. I can already move much more easily than yesterday. Even my smile. Look, it's natural, right? He gave me a smile so broad I didn't know what to say. It does look as though he's perfectly healthy, yes. I was worried he was simply forcing himself along like he had during the duel, and found it difficult to accept his claims. As if he sensed what I was thinking, he moved closer to me and whispered in my ear, I can't show weakness outside the mansion. I have to act like a strong leader. You need to be like you always are, proud and elegant. I appreciate your worries, but I don't want anyone to know about the injury. Oh. Besides, your smile is the best medicine in the world. Please, smile, okay? Okay, I will. Elk nodded and began to walk again. His organization had already worked to calm the worst excess of the chaos of the previous days. The best deterrent was evidently Elk's presence. The people in the city stopped to look at him as he passed. They didn't talk to him or whisper among themselves. They only stared at him with a mixture of apprehension and respect. He embodied the district, represented it. The moment brought that fact home to me. The thing is like, I got injured, I'm fine now. That's basically what you have to say. You know what I mean? Because, like, he's been out for weeks, like, or a month or a week. It'd been a week. We walked until we reached an assembly in Liberalitas. It was the same location we had gone to for a party sometime prior, but now it was filled with people I didn't recognize. And thank you for coming here, everyone. Mr. Valentine, we were told that you were gravely injured, but you appear to be in good health. Gives him a hug, slaps him on the back. Ah! An exaggeration. I am, as you can see, hale and hearty. The reason I brought you, my fellow representatives of the depths, here today is this. Elcreed extracted a piece of paper sealed in red wax from his pocket. This arrived this morning from the Heights. It requests that Liberalitas unconditionally releases the hounds we captured. Arrogant bastards! I say we cut off their heads and send them back to the Heights. Cutting off their heads is so savage. Oh, that was someone else. Cutting off their heads is so savage. Can't we find a more peaceable solution? Yes, they still have Yune the Saint. I'd prefer not to incur his wrath. The representatives began to debate amongst themselves, completely ignoring Elcreed. He looked around and dramatically cleared his throat. Excuse the insolence, but as someone deeply involved in this matter, I'd like to propose something. I'd like to represent you and everyone else in the depths. And go into the Heights. You? Yes. Liberalitas is at the center of this controversy, and that can't be ignored. I see. But we can't send you there without a plan. He turned towards me. I'd like to speak with the representatives in private. Please ask the girl to leave. Very well. Spacey, please wait by the entrance. With the representatives in private. That was reasonable. I could hardly remain. Reluctantly, I stood up, bowed, and left the room. Go to stabbing spree and kill Elcreed. We're a little under time, but this might be a good place to stop just because I'm not sure how long this is going to go over. And because when I accidentally unplugged my mic, so I got to edit the parts together. But I think based on what I looked at, we're a little under an hour. But again, this could go like another minute. This could go another 10 minutes. I don't know. So I'm going to stop here and we'll continue. I thought, because we only had a couple choices left, that we would have gotten maybe the ending in this, but I don't know. We're probably going to end up going to the Heights and doing all that. So interesting. It might be a little while before we get our ending. Maybe we won't even get it in the next part. I don't know. So we'll find out though, because I'm enjoying it. Like, woo! But I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.